Hi everyone, it's Karen here. Welcome, day 4 of our 24 days of tags for 2021. And here we've got something really bold and bright. What would Christmas be without poinsettias? And so that is our theme for today. If you don't have the exact stamps and stencils as I do, use something loosely based around this theme, but using poinsettias. So Christmas red, we've got festive berries, and for the black, we're using black soot. For my stamping, I've got Nocturne, and this is a gorgeous stencil from Sweet Poppy Stencils. It's probably the first one I ever bought because I just love poinsettias. So you get 3 in this set. So huge amount of variety and options here. The sentiment that I'm using, sentiment, stamp, that's an abbreviation, sentiment, from our house to yours. Sometimes, we see stamps which go from me to you, ours to yours. I love that. It's part of this very well-loved set of mine from Sweet Poppy Stencils called Noel. There's a lovely lot of greetings in this set, and so that's where it comes from. The size of my tag is 6.5 centimetres by 12.5 centimetres long. I'm using 300 GSM Super Smooth card. We'll get started. Oh, if you haven't seen me for the past couple of days, day 1, I talk about the dimensions and how to get your angles, the hole punches and the ribbons. So I do hope you'll look up and follow along for the rest of the days. So here's my tag. I'm going to take my magnetic sheet because we are working with Sweet Poppy Stencils, which are metal, and so they work really well if you put them on a magnetic sheet. Did you hear that click? It's lovely. So I'm going to start with the largest one first, and I'm going to pop that coming well into my tag. So you can see in the background there how much of the tag, let me just get that back on straight because I moved it. And I'm putting it at an angle, okay? And then I'm going to take my blending brush with Festive Berries and I'm going to ink it up well. Now, I hope you can catch this here. I haven't blended it with the same evenness all the way along. So, just like any flower, any petals, you get some which are darker in other areas. So sometimes we do want, I'm just going to use a bit of tape here. Sometimes we do want it to be bold and even all the way along, and other times not. So I'm using low tack tape here from Sweet Poppy Stencils. This is the best low tack tape I've ever found. It won't mark your card, but it'll just help if I got a bit of ink the other side of that. So I'm moving this brush in a circular motion. I'm going to make sure that I get a bit more of the ink towards the edge of the petals and the outside. Making sure that what you've got there is smooth, relatively, but not necessarily even. And I will peel this tape off and keep it until I'm finished my tag. Perfect. Look at that. So we've got some darker patches and lighter patches. I'm now going to go in with my medium-sized stencil and I'm just going to pop it there. And again, I'm just going to put my tape, I just would hate to go over the edge onto my card. We don't need that. So still carrying on with my red, my Festive Berries, which I think is the best red for Christmas in the oxides. Just being a bit careful on this side because I only want these 2. Voila. Lovely. And then I'm going to take my black. So again, I'm going to start with the biggest one, and I'm going to put that, clip it down. I mean, you could, if you were worried, mask off some of these others, but I'm not particularly worried. It's more the edge of this stencil here. And then I'm going to take my other blending brush with my black soot and repeat. So this design would lend itself really well to a batch lot of Christmas cards or mini tags for some presents. You could also do some wrapping paper. That'd be fun. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. As I was saying it, I thought, oh, that's a good idea. I do have good ideas sometimes. So actually, I'm going to do that. So watch out for that next. So there we have something really bold there. I'm going to take the medium one. Again, clip it there. So you can see this low tack tape is reusable a few times. And then I'm going to take my little one and just pop it there. Now you can see what I've done with each of these is I haven't plonked them in the middle or placed them or carefully blended them. I placed them towards the edge at different angles, different orientations. That's just going to give us a bit more interest. Voila. So you can see some of this is lighter and darker. That's just going to give us a tiny bit more interest. Right. Stamping. I'm going to use VersaFine Clear Nocturne. That's going to give me a nice crisp image on my tag. And I'm just going to pop it down this side. I always use an acrylic block that's relatively similar in size to my stamp. I know this is a bit bigger, but relatively. That avoids rocking, etc. So there we have it. And now we're going to put our bling on it. So I bling, which I gather from all sorts of places, in these tiny little pots. I've got, so this one's reds and pinks and gold and silver. I've got one for blues and greens and never mind. Okay, I'm going to take my glue. This is Cosmic Shimmer glue. I love it. If you've followed me for a while, you will know. What do I say? I say I love it because it dries clear. It dries quickly, but you do have a few seconds to maneuver yourself around. So I love it. So I'm just going to pop these little gold stars. I've had these for a very long time. Please don't ask me where I got them from, but you'll find something similar in your local DIY place, Hobbycraft, the Range, the Works, or all and any other craft stores that you frequent. So there we have it. Once my beautiful bling has dried, I will punch a hole in the top and thread my ribbon through. Ribbon 34 centimeters for this proportion tag, I think works really well. So I would love to see what you make. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.